Hey guys, welcome to AltBeautySpot. This is a more chill, relaxed version. I'm shooting at night, which I've never done before. I am sitting here drinking a hot chocolate, which is really good, and some tea. And I wanted to talk about, start to at least, my kind of skincare journey over the last few months and some bigger changes I've made and some littler changes I've made along this whole process. So I'm going to do this kind of as I'm taking all my makeup off, and yeah, we're just gonna hang out together. So I am going to start with the Plenty Naturals Enzyme Cleansing Oil. I do about 4 or 5 pumps of this depending on how much makeup I'm wearing, and I really love this stuff. Super clean ingredients. One of them is coconut oil, but I don't notice that it bothers my skin, and so I guess this might be an initial dive into this whole skincare journey. It's a good segue, I think. I was really struggling with some acne earlier this year, this winter, early spring. Here are some pictures of kind of where that was at. So in literally just 2 months, I went from that original picture where I'm really struggling with some acne to this picture. Now, I don't want to deceive you guys. The biggest difference between those 2 photos is one thing, but I have been struggling with acne for quite a few years, and I've really worked on things, diet and lifestyle, that have, I believe, helped my acne all along the way, and that were setting the foundation for me to be someone who doesn't have to identify as acne prone anymore. Or I'm still acne prone, but I don't have to, like, I don't have active acne. So it was really setting that foundation in terms of having clearer skin, more resilient skin relationship with body and skin too. And it was just this one final thing that I finally figured out in terms of what it was going to take to have clearer skin. So I think I'll start with what everyone wants to hear and know, and that one final thing was coconut. So coconut oil or coconut derived ingredients in my skincare and makeup. I will say the biggest culprit ingredient wise that I have found that is coconut but doesn't always come out right as coconut on ingredient labels, but is used quite a bit, is capric triglyceride. That is a coconut derived ingredient that a lot of people use, and I will say I'm already somewhat starting on the wrong foot because this Plenty Naturals Enzyme Cleansing Oil does have it in it, but I think because it's a cleansing oil and I rub it on and then I take a warm wet washcloth and I just press and massage my skin clean every time. Okay, one thing that I have started finally is I use a washcloth once and it goes in the hamper. I have a stack of washcloths in my bathroom. It can be a pain in the butt, but I do think it is insanely important. Like, don't even dry your fingertips and use that washcloth on your face. You need to have grabbed a clean virgin washcloth from your stash every time you're cleaning your face. Okay. Anyway, because I think I'm cleansing so well, it doesn't bother me as much. Now, I don't double cleanse every night. I know that's like, so many people are gonna be so mad at me for saying that, but I don't. It's just not something I'm in the habit of doing. But for tonight, I am gonna double cleanse, and so the second step is gonna be One Love Botanical A facial cleanser, and it's a AHA BHA like kind of exfoliating cleanser. I love this. It's awesome. I definitely feel a tingle, but like my skin adores this cleanser. So coconut oil is a very comedogenic product that a lot of people don't talk about in that sense, and I think it's because it's cheap and it's kind of the clean beauty industry's version of like a filler ingredient. And so I think a lot of people don't talk about it because they want to justify using it in their formulations, but the more I reach out and try to talk about it, the more it sounds like a lot of people are sensitive to coconut and their skin really clogs up and stuff, and it took them a while to figure it out because it's not talked about enough. Now, what helped me start to be able to determine that coconut oil was the ingredient that was really making my skin react poorly is that I had very much simplified down my routine to, I would say, minimal products. I slowly built it up, and when my skin initially started freaking out, Megan at Phase Skincare Studio, who does gorgeous wash off facials, really recommended to me that I like overly simplify my routine, like cleanser, toner, oil, like super simple, really watch my ingredients. If I was gonna mask, make it a nourishing mask and not a detoxifying mask. And just that I really needed to show my skin some TLC and work on reducing the inflammation rather than like extracting impurities. And I took that to basically be like, I was being overly critical on my skin and I needed to give it a bit more love. And so that's one of my tips, that's one of those foundation blocks that I had set, is that for a while now I've made sure to kind of simplify my skincare routine, and my skin definitely reacts better to that. And also because I'm, you know, only trying to introduce 1 or 2 new skincare products at most at a time, and like not too much new makeup at a time, and I introduce them for a little bit until I give my skin time to like tell me its reaction. I was really able to hone in on certain products, or like I'm saying, certain ingredients that I would see the reaction in my skin like the next day. And just because I've had that first foundation block there of just being like a fairly simplified skincare routine, no 10-step Korean skincare needed, I was able to be in tune with my skin and started to realize between both different products I was using. Basically, I had started to weed it out of my skincare, coconut oil out of my skincare, and then I hadn't yet weeded it out of my makeup, and it was days that I was wearing specifically foundations that were heavy in coconut and coconut derived ingredients in them. Like, my skin would be decent in the morning, and by the evening when I was washing off my foundation, I would have so many new active like already formed into a whitehead. And so it was very clear to me at that point that it was something I was putting on my skin, because they were so surface level and so quick at that point that it was very clear that, okay, coconut's definitely the culprit here. Next I'm going to spray with the Sukin Original Hydrating Mist Toner. When simplifying my skincare routine, one brand that helped me start to get there was Wabi Sabi Botanicals, and I just appreciate her model. She has a oil cleanser, a toner, a few serums slash face oils. Like they're just like really powerful moisturizers, and she has 5 different ones geared at slightly different things. And then a face mask, that's her product range, but they're all such beautiful products, and they are amazing for sensitive and acne prone skin because they are completely free of essential oils, which means like fragrances, and they are also like completely coconut and like really comedogenic, oil free. That's such an earthy, grounding line. Like, I've used 2 different face serums and this mask, and they're just such like soul warming. You feel like you're dipping into Mother Nature's spice cabinet. Like, I don't know, they're just earthy products, and I say that slightly as a warning but also as a good thing. It took me a little bit to get used to it, but I like it. So actually I'm going to use, I think, the last little bit of my Wabi Sabi Botanicals Valley of Light mask. Oh my gosh, it's such a beautiful mask. It has cocoa in it, or cacao, and it just smells like a mocha. Oh, so amazing. So this is actually the old packaging. I got it just before she rebranded, but I will 1000% be repurchasing. I adore this mask, and I don't think she changed much, if anything, of this mask. Let me mix this up super quick and I'll be right back. Okay, so I think for like the first time ever, I actually mixed this correctly. I can be known to add a little bit too much water, but it creates this beautiful, like, as Elise the founder would say, like brownie batter texture to it, and smells like mocha brownies. So lovely. But anyway, I did just a touch of manuka honey and then just a little drizzle of water until I got the acquired texture. Oh, this mask, guys. So 2 things that I think kind of this interaction with getting to know Wabi Sabi Botanicals and everything that the brand stands for helped me learn about my skin and how I should handle my skincare products. Is I think it was more reassuring than anything. So the coconut oil was a good one. They were kind of the one who started to help me dip my toe in the water there. Her stance on fragrance, and specifically like essential oils, really helped me realize that while I might not be overly sensitive to fragrance, I don't think it's good for my skin, and overly fragranced products are pretty, I don't know, detrimental to your overall skin health. And that's when I do notice a difference. When Bite Beauty came out with their new foundations, I was initially like super excited, but when I got them, they were like so overly fragranced, and I did a patch test for like the first time in my life, and my wrist and the back of my hand got all itchy, and that's like, I just kind of realized I need to just pay attention to fragrance and essential oils in my skincare. So while I haven't put a hard ban on either of those, I'm timid with them, and I think that's another foundation block that really helped build my skin toward just being overall healthier. And then another one that I had started to dip my toes into, but what simplifying my skincare really helped instill in me is I would almost at this point call it my relationship with Manuka honey. And just honey masks and honey for your skin in general. I think honey is a gorgeous product for any skin type. One of my old favorite DIY face masks is just like blueberries, oats, and honey, and I swear you are glowing after you use it. And then I definitely had seen, you know, Organically Becca and a few other accounts start to use Manuka honey as its own ingredient and just do like a single ingredient face mask. And I definitely got into that, and I agree, I think it's great. And so it's especially, it might not seem like it at the time, but I think owning Manuka honey is such a budget friendly, I'm gonna look ridiculous there for a while I talk, guys, and you're just gonna have to deal with it. But Manuka honey is a budget friendly, super clean, super skin beneficial ingredient to initially invest in. It could be like $30 or so initially, but it lasts you so long. And honestly, like, I can do Manuka honey masks like 3, 4, 5 days a week. My skin loves it. It's antibacterial, antimicrobial, anti-inflammatory. It's a humectant. It's water loving, so it really draws moisture in. Like, when you add Manuka honey to a face mask, it'll never dry down. So like my face mask today probably won't really dry down. It might get like denser and stickier to the touch, but it'll never get like that dry, tight feeling. And so it just like supercharges your skin with moisture. I could keep going on, but Manuka honey's amazing. And I would say if you're gonna start this like super simplified skincare routine, do a toner, a cleanser, a toner, and a face oil, and Manuka honey. I think you could start there. Start building your foundation for a really great skincare routine. So yeah, so far on my skincare journey, where are we at? No coconut. Try to limit fragrances and essential oils. Manuka honey is your skincare best friend. And anytime you wash your face, use a freaking clean face rag. Okay, there we're at. Other things I had started to kind of do to help my skin. Try to do a good amount of probiotics in my diet. I don't go overly crazy because I do think I have good gut flora, but just try to be cognizant. Definitely washing my face. Not considering my skin oily anymore, which I'm also trying to say just not being afraid of face oils. Anytime I talk to a friend or something, I'm like, oh, you should try this face oil or like whatever, and everyone's comment half the time is my face is already so oily already. I used to be that person. I used to think my skin was so oily, and what it came down to is it was overproducing oil because it was dehydrated. I would never have considered my skin dehydrated or like dry skin type, but my skin was overproducing so much oil. And when I finally stopped being afraid of like moisturizing, double moisturizing, using face oils, all of the above, my skin just started to calm down so much. And while I have a fairly dedicated skincare routine, as simple as it is, as little time as it takes, I can skip it every once in a while. Not the washing the face part, but like maybe not moisturizing in the morning or something if I don't get around to it, and my skin's not gonna like freak out on me. It's found a happy balance where it's not, my skin isn't as moody anymore, I think is the best way of saying it. Diet, I'm not like overly strict about anything. I grew up in a family that loves food. I love cooking. I love eating out. I love going and getting drinks. Like, I just enjoy food. And while I've tried to cut certain things out, I have to be realistic that unless it's like an actual full-on health concern, I'm not going to be able to fully cut things out, both in cooking and providing for myself and being around family and friends. I just don't think it's realistic. So I've dabbled and I've learned about my skin, but a lot of what I struggle with my skin is not very diet driven, and I think that's why in different skin consultations it was never recommended to me to necessarily cut out any one specific food or group of foods, because it just wasn't as internally driven. But I will say I eat a fairly balanced diet. At least the last few months, I generally cut out dairy probably like 5-6 days a week, as best I can. Dairy is not as much a skin effect that I get, and it's more digestion. So it's just kind of how I feel day to day. So dairy is more a digestion choice, less skin driven, but I think those two are still very related. Alcohol. Chest acne is driven by alcohol. I relatively don't, like, if I go out and I'm partying, I like to drink and really indulge, but I don't drink every day by any means. Like, I'm more of a social drinker, so if I'm just at home by myself, I don't really need to drink at all. I can go 5, 6, 7 days a week without necessarily needing to drink. It's more when I'm around family and friends that's when I drink a little bit more, and not because I'm feeling pressure or anything, but that's just, I'm on vacation, I'm kicking back, like I'm hanging out and enjoying my time with family and friends, and if I want to have a few drinks, I'm not going to stop myself just because of my skin. Like, I'd rather have the memories or the relaxation or the fun times over just my skin health, if you will. But I know that they relate to each other a little bit. I eat a relatively balanced diet. I am not gluten free, but I don't eat a ton of bread all the time, and I follow the Nutrition Addiction's general like metabolism makeover rules or guidelines in eating, and it's super simple. I just try to avoid starchy carbs breakfast and lunch, so try to save them for dinner, just protein, healthy fat, and fiber in every meal. So mostly just proteins and veggies with some form of fat in them. Pretty simple, clean, cook for myself a lot. Low sugar overall. I like honey in some of my drinks, but I don't know. My diet's realistic, but it does, I think, help that I am consistently pretty good. I'm not the poster child for any super strict diet or anything. I'm the poster child for just like being conscious, but also making sure I enjoy things when I want to. Okay, I'm gonna spritz with my toner yet again. Then I'm gonna go in with the Great On Skincare Green Cream Clarifying Face Complex. I'm almost positive this is coconut free, because I believe it was a purchase I made when I was like initially freaking out about coconut in my skincare. I don't know for sure though. I overall like it. I'm kind of just trying to use it up right now, and yeah, it's fine. I do kind of notice a plumping effect maybe the next day. It's supposed to be for acne prone skin. I don't know, it's fine. I'm just trying to use it up. I don't have anything necessarily against it, but I also don't think I'm gonna be repurchasing it. We'll see. And then I'm gonna follow that up with the Imaya Beauty Retinoic Face Oil. I have been using this. This is not the final packaging. This is still a kind of trial sample as of right now, but it is coming out, I believe, in August. I don't know the exact date yet. I've been using it for just over a week. I have used it pretty much every night, and I'm still reviewing, but so far, like, since it's a retinoic product, it takes a lot more time to see like the intended effects. But I don't see any negative effects. It is 100% Mauritia fruit oil. It's I believe an Amazonian fruit, but the founder is really passionate about her sustainability practices and her like fight for the Amazonian rainforest. So it is ethically sourced and very sustainable practice. And yeah, it's just like a natural kind of retinol face oil. So it's used kind of as a serum, if you will. The color kind of looks like it stains your skin initially, but it doesn't. Either it wears away like within 5 minutes, or I've never even, at least by the next morning, noticed it. It's safe for both day and night, but because it can leave a touch of orange at times, I like to use it at night. And it almost smells like barbecue. It's so interesting. The smell. I don't know how to explain it other than like kind of barbecue-y. But yeah, I'm gonna have a more like dedicated video to this product, I believe. So far I'm liking it, but I haven't been using it long enough to see its more long-term benefits, which is the goal of using a retinol or a retinol-like product. So, and then I'm gonna just lastly use my Glow Luxury Oils face balm. I love this face balm. Love, love, love it. I believe last I was on her website, it's currently sold out. She is going to restock it this fall. So if you can't get it right now, no worries. But if you are interested, this line, Glow Luxury Oils, is outstanding. It is Bozeman based, and I know Megan. And she's a lovely human with just the sweetest soul. But I've used quite a few of her products now at this point, and they are all truly outstanding. They smell wonderfully. Coconut free completely, like very skin loving. I've also used her blemish free hydrosol and acne prevention oil, and even though it was in the midst of me still trying to kind of figure out what was causing my acne, I could tell my skin loved them. I'm about to restock, and so I'll, I think, see the benefits even more this time. But that's a great option that is available right now if you can't get your hands on the face balm, or just peruse her website and see what sounds fitting for your skin. Her moisture mask is awesome. Eye night oil is pretty great. I've tried most of them and they're all pretty awesome. So peruse the website, but the face balm and the blemish free kind of kit are my recommendations at this time. And there will be a discount code down below for Glow Luxury Oils. I don't think you need options for all these steps. I think you can get a cleanser, a toner, and a moisturizer, and as long as you've been intentional about weeding out ones that are really great for your skin, you can stick to a very simple probably 3-4 step, I guess, in a mask too. So you can probably stick to like at most 4-step skincare routine and still have really glowing skin. I just have some options because I like sharing with you guys on the gram or on the tube. I want to talk about this light. This is a little extra. It's a little over the top. Do I think everyone needs it? No. Do I think if you can afford it, it makes a difference? Absolutely. This is the Light Stim for Acne. I believe it's about 175 bucks. I legitimately saved up for it for months. Don't feel bad if you cannot afford it, but if you're struggling with your skin and you do want an answer, you feel like you have tried literally everything else, try and maybe start saving up for it. I think it's made a big difference for me. So it's this light here. It's like blue and red lights. And when it's on, you literally just hold it up to your skin like this. I can't remember the interval, but it'll like beep every so often. And so I just focus it in like right as I'm crawling in bed. I'm falling asleep half the time that I'm using it. But you just hold it right up on your skin until it beeps and then like move to the next little section. Sometimes I'll do kind of my whole face, just a little like perk for myself, but I try to use it, let's say 5 days a week, and I mainly just focus on the areas that are either my most acne prone areas or currently have active acne on them. And I really believe that it helps reduce inflammation and kind of zap the zit from within a little bit and help prevent them. I don't know. I think it's a pretty great product, and I am happy I did save up for it. Again, I don't know that it's the most necessary skincare tool to own, but if it's attainable to you, even if it's in a few months or a year, it would be worth considering, in my opinion. Oh, something I forgot with acne is hormones. I do think my hormones used to be out of check. I would just get like crazy sore boobs or just like crazy symptoms with my cycle. I've been watching my cycle for 2 years now, so between just trying to be cognizant of it, when I would go to acupuncture, I would ask them to focus on my hormones. And then I've recently started trying to seed cycle as much as possible. I think that was another foundation block, is that I just, without going too crazy, I did do some things to try to keep my hormones in check. And the last one I just did, which I do think is going to help just even more with my acne, is got my IUD out while it's low hormones. I think if I felt like I was struggling with my hormones, I was never gonna know if I was fully on top of it if I had something altering them even a little bit. So got my IUD out, I don't know, maybe like a month ago, not even, and so far so good. So yeah, I don't know, I hope this was helpful. I know I'm not like a skincare professional and anything like that. I'm just sharing my experience with you guys, and I guess also just giving hope that it is a long process, and I don't think there is any one fix. But if you're cognizant and trying your best to do what you need to for your skin, maybe this video will help you figure out that kind of one fix for you. Like figuring out coconut oil needed to go bye-bye did for me. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know what questions you have. If you've been struggling with acne, you know, I get it. I see you. Please don't take this skin as a misconception that I don't understand. That I still look in the mirror almost every day and I'm like, dang, I'm having a good skin day, because I'm still in the mindset that it's fleeting and I only get one every once in a while. So yeah, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much for joining along. Again, this is AltBeautySpot. Please hit subscribe, like, comment, I don't know, all the things. I just realized I filmed this whole video forgetting that I need to do all the YouTube things, but I don't really care. I came on here to share some knowledge that I hope is helpful to some of my fellow peeps on here, and it's all that really mattered at the time. So have a great rest of your day, guys. Thanks for joining. Bye.